The Ghanaian government has apologized to Nigeria after it demolished a building within the premises of the High Commission. In a release issued by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the government of Ghana admitted that the demolition is a breach of diplomatic relations. An investigation is already underway, and Ghana has assured that the perpetrators will be apprehended. And since this development, security has been beefed up around the premises housing the Nigerian High Commission. Ghana has assured that diplomatic community of their safety and that it is a law-abiding nation. Officials from the ministry will be visiting the High Commission tomorrow to assess the damage done to the property. Well, let's bring you up to speed with what we know. The plot of land in question houses the High Commissioner's residence and 4 other buildings. It was ceded to the Nigerian government in the 60s, sometime in the year 2000. Official correspondence was exchanged between President Olusegun Obasanjo and Jerry Rawlings of Ghana, where the issue of ownership was resolved and the sum of 50 million Ghanaian cedis was paid. Building works began on the portion of the land after all approvals were sought and obtained from regulatory authorities. A portion of the land had remained undeveloped until 8 years ago when the renovation began, and that is the subject of contention now by a businessman who says he is the rightful owner. Well, last night, a known man demolished a building inside the Nigerian High Commission, and some hours ago, Ghanaian officials apologized to Nigeria concerning the incident. And the federal government has reacted to the demolition of a building within the premises of the Nigerian High Commission in Accra. A statement signed by the spokesperson for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Abuja, Ferdinand Wonye, said the action is a clear violation of the extant provisions of 1963 Vienna Convention on Inviolability of Diplomatic Premises. The Nigeria High Commission has submitted a strongly worded letter to protest to the host foreign ministry registering the displeasure of the Nigerian government. Nigeria is also asking Ghanaian authorities to take urgent steps to apprehend the perpetrators and provide appropriate security for the High Commission's premises. Well, joining me now is the former Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Joe Keshi, for more analysis on this issue. Good to have you with us on TVC News at this time. So yes, clearly Ghana has apologized and admitted that the demolition is a breach of diplomatic relations, and the Nigerian government has sent a strongly worded letter in protest against this displeasure. But what necessary steps do you think must be taken now to ensure this doesn't degenerate into a diplomatic row?
Well, it's nice to know that the Ghanaian authorities have apologized, but there is also a press release that came out not too long ago from the Osu Council, some traditional rulers, claiming that the land belongs to them as well. So this kind of compounds issues, and it does also clearly demonstrate that this was a deliberate action taken both by the traditional rulers and the so-called gentlemen that perpetrated the demolition of the building. I think what we need to do now is to work with the Ghanaians to insist on compensation for the destruction that was caused on the Nigerian premises. It's most unfortunate that this is coming from some individuals who, by the way, are very enlightened, and I'm sure that they are conversant with the agreement between the two countries. This shouldn't be happening between Nigeria and Ghana. It's simply most unfortunate, and Nigeria must demand for compensation.
Indeed, quite an unfortunate incident here, but one is beginning to ask, the subject of contention is about a portion of land within the premises of the High Commission in which the businessman, like you rightly pointed out, is claiming rightful ownership. But one is beginning to ask, how could this have happened, and what can be done to avert a reoccurrence in future?
No, the first thing is to go back to and look at the history of the whole place. If it was ceded to Nigeria, and there are documents to show that it was ceded to Nigeria, the Ghanaian government, I mean, apparently, I don't think this is the first time this has been going on. The Ghanaian government has the obligation to protect the Nigerian embassy and its staff in Accra. And the fact that the police, there was a nearby, not too far away police station that the police, they were called, they were invited, but they just simply did not respond. So this is something that apparently, in my view, was collaborated between the traditional rulers, the gentleman who was sent to do this. And you can look at the time this was done. And it shows you that it was a deliberate action designed to provoke some reaction, either from the Ghanaian government or from the Nigerian government. And if you go back and read the statement from the so-called Osu Council, somewhere at the bottom, they are saying that the time now is for something like a negotiation. It's the most stupid thing to do. You destroy somebody's property and then you are saying that it's time for negotiation. So this is why I'm insisting that hopefully the Nigerian government will, after the Ghanaian authorities visit tomorrow, that they will sit down and demand that those involved should not only be punished, but should be made to pay compensation so that this is not tried again on any diplomatic entity in Accra.
All right, and that's the fine place to leave it. Former Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Joe Keshi, thank you very much for your insights on TVC News at 10.